Welcome back to Swinging Blindly, the show all about Major League Baseball, told by the perspective of two big baseball fans, myself, Blaze Bryant, in upstate New York, and down in Connecticut is the co-hostess with the mostest, my man, PJ Geary. Hey, my guy.
How's it going, Blaze? Always lovely to talk to you, especially when we're talking the great game of baseball. And I just want to say, I think it's co-hostess with the co-mostest, because you certainly have the mostest as well, my friend.
Well, I was trying to give you a bit more credit here. Facebook.com/Swinging Blindly Podcast, on Twitter at Swinging Blindly. If things sound a little bit different, if things may sound a little bit clunky, I'm working with a little bit of a backup board here because my regular stuff is in the shop getting fixed. So
it's adjacent to the Michael Jordan flu game, except for podcasting.
Although the board that I'm working with, there are no like radio faders on it. It's all knobs that you turn. So it's one of these older style type of things that. But hey, you work with what you got. Yeah. Before we get into the home play headlines here, just a couple of structural changes that we decided to make to the show. Color casters, we will get to you at the top of the hour. PJ and I were going to run through some headlines and some other stuff, and then we'll get to hear your thoughts, and we'll divide the show so that you get to be part of the second half. So without any further ado, our new structure is PJ will bring us in with our home plate headlines.
Absolutely, Blaze. I'm very excited. I very, very look forward to the growth of this show, and this is step one in structuring things and making sure we're all about the people. So we really wanted to make sure we blocked off a specific set of time for possible callers, and if we don't end up getting one, well, we'll just swing blindly and we won't care where it lands.
Well, which we would do anyhow.
Exactly. So this is the first ever home plate headlines for today, May 25th, 2022. Blaze, I got to start off. I know it's a little homer for you. It hits home for you, but it was one of the biggest stories going in baseball for the last since it happened, which I don't have the exact date.
I think it was Saturday when it happened.
Yeah, it was over the weekend. Saturday, yes. I didn't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. Yes, benches cleared during the fifth inning of Saturday's game between the Yankees and White Sox, though it wasn't initially clear why. White Sox manager Tony La Russa said after the game that Donaldson had made a racist comment, quote-unquote, directed at Anderson, which both Anderson and Donaldson eventually revealed was the Jackie comment.
Right. Josh Donaldson for the third baseman for the Yankees, Tim Anderson, shortstop for the White Sox.
For the Chicago White Sox, yes. Anderson said after the game he just made a disrespectful comment, basically was trying to call me Jackie Robinson, like, what's up, Jackie? I don't play like that. I don't really play at all. I wasn't really going to bother nobody today, but he made the comment and it was disrespectful. I don't think it was called for. For a little more context, Donaldson later defended himself and said he was joking while referencing a 2019 interview Anderson did with Sports Illustrated where Anderson compared himself to Jackie Robinson. He said the two joked about it in 2019 too. Quote from Donaldson after the game, I don't know what's changed, and I've said it to him in the years past, not in any manner than just joking around for the fact that he called himself Jackie Robinson. If something has changed from that, my meaning of that has not any term trying to be racist by any fact of the matter. It was just off of an interview of what he called himself. Blaze, as the Yankee fan, this is clearly a story that has consumed what has been an amazing start for the Yankees that we'll get to shortly. I guess just what say you on this whole situation? Clearly is just, it's not ideal, but obviously not trying to get too crazy about it, but what are your thoughts? I know you were hamming it up at a wedding and giving speeches like the good man you are, the best man, if I will say, and you might have missed a little bit of this, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's one of those deals, and it's really an unfortunate thing. I mean, Tim Anderson calling himself, or saying that he's the next Jackie Robinson. I don't care. I'm sorry. There's only one Jackie Robinson, only one person that really can be the trailblazer of the sport. And that is not something Tim Anderson should have said back in 2019, nor should, and honestly, Josh Donaldson probably shouldn't have said what he did either, even though it was in a joking context. You gotta, here's the thing. Tim Anderson is he strikes me as an extremely sensitive player. And that, because of that, I think complicates the situation. Josh Donaldson getting a 1-game suspension. MLB got that right. He is appealing it, meaning Donaldson is, who also, conveniently or inconveniently, however you want to look at it, evidently he's been pretty sick and is on the COVID list. So he will, I don't know when, have the hearing to determine the suspension, but it is a 1 game. I get why Donaldson's appealing it, but my goodness, I mean, just serve out the 1 game and be done with it, dude.
Yeah, I think it's almost calling a little bit more, eyes to it with the appeal. But just really quickly, the Donaldson on that 1 game suspension, the comment, he was suspended for his quote unquote poor judgment, which I think we can all agree is true.
Yeah.
And especially Tim Anderson came out, and I'm paraphrasing. This is via ESPN's Jesse Rogers, that Anderson had told Donaldson not to say anything like that towards him. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird story nonetheless, and I think Donaldson was wrong. I think you might be right when it comes to Tim Anderson and the way that, at least the way he plays on the field, would indicate that he is maybe a little bit dialed into the point where this would be bigger to him than say other people could maybe. But it's tough. It's kind of tough to dance along the lines, but I guess we'll just have to see what happens, and hopefully it'll die down and it won't be as big of a deal as. And you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But you can't determine how people are going to feel about things. So
that's for sure, and it's an unfortunate thing, and it overshadowed what was actually a really good game. I'm not saying that just because the Yankees won. This is a 7-5 game, so that's a good game in and of itself. The quality of the game ended up being
absolutely
the secondary story to this.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, we'll keep you posted. We'll keep you monitored on anything that happens in the coming week, and we'll maybe we'll be touching on it again next week in the home plate headlines. But to move on to a little bit more lighthearted. Yeah, right. Exactly. If we talk about it next week, then it's probably gotten a lot worse. To move on to some lighter-hearted things and to stay kind of in the Homer, kind of a shout out to our once segment, the Homer Minute. Blaze, since we last did one of these, 2 Hall of Famers both stepped on the mound for the first time in their careers. In one, Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina, who both, a little bit more rare than in a big loss, pitched in a blowout win in the 9th inning, and both miraculously gave up 4 earned runs and end their presumably pitching careers with an exact same ERA of 36.00. But the story, Blaze, and as a baseball lover as you are, I mean, to steal a quote from Moneyball, I mean, it's hard not to be romantic about baseball. I mean, so when Pujols did it, I mean, he was pitching to Yachty, which was, oh no, I believe it actually was Kisner. It was 2 weeks ago now, so my brain's a little foggy. But when Yachty pitched this past Sunday, Albert Pujols went out and warmed him up.
Yeah,
and the look on both of their faces, like you could tell, Pujols, who hit 2 home runs and said blowout, coming off the bench, he hit 2 home runs. 17 home runs away from 700, so we'll be on Pujols watch the rest of the year for sure.
He should get it, I would think.
I would, yeah. I mean, the way at the pace he's at, and the way that they play him, they really only start him against the lefties, which is to be expected. But the way he's hitting, even against righties, I mean, one of the home runs came against an actual pitcher, but the second one came off of a position player. But both of them are righties, so maybe he's seeing the ball better. He's in a better place. Like, he's back home with his best friend, like brother. Like, maybe that is actually making a difference in the way he's playing. And yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for it, obviously, very hard. Just the look on their faces when you could tell Pujols is having like the best time of his. Like, it's finally, this is an Albert Pujols, who one of the best players of all time. I think we could both agree on that. Who was meticulously working out, preparing. You know, not in his first 10 years with the Cardinals, there's no way Albert Pujols would ever pitch because they wouldn't want to risk anything. Now we have him just lobbing balls in, laughing. When he gives up a home run, finally he gets to experience all the pain he's enacted on pitchers over the years.
I don't know about all the pain, but fair amount. Some. Because that dude's inflicted a lot of freaking pain, bro.
Absolutely. And I got to watch a lot of it, and I'm so grateful as a Cardinal fan to be able to see what's happening, regardless if it gets 700. That'd just be gravy. Just to see how happy he is just brings a tear to my eye, and it's great for baseball.
It is. I mean, although, let's be real, position players pitching in May, I don't know. I just, that whole thing is just, it's weird. It's really weird.
Oh, no, trust me. If it wasn't Yachty and Pujols doing it for the first time for like the pop-up in circumstance, I think I would probably feel the same way. It's a different scenario with them, you know?
That's true. I mean, considering both have announced that they're going to be retiring at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It helps, I think, for Pujols that he doesn't have a $250 million albatross hanging around his neck that was bestowed upon him by the Angels.
Glad the Cardinals didn't do that. Full disclosure, glad that the Cardinals didn't go over there. I believe offered $192 million. So, even though, who knows? Like, seeing him like this, maybe he would have done better in a Cardinal uniform. Maybe the pressures of LA is part of the reason why the decline happened, other than age. But yeah, man, it's just
could be
certainly something that I think if you haven't seen the videos, just there's a couple of 40-second, minute clips of both of these things, and of course they got blown up by all of the major outlets. So check it out if you haven't already. Just feel good stuff. Blaze, should we do the quarterway MLB team or end the New York State of Mind, or should I just pick one?
Let's go around. Let's just do the quarter, the quarter of the quarter thing there.
Okay.
That.
Yeah. That thing. That quarter
thing. Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get to some Yankees and Mets talk as they currently sit as the two best teams in baseball.
Sure.
But I came across this article that we can breeze through by Will Leach of MLB.com, and it is a quarter of the way through the season, all MLB team at each position. So, again, as I said, it's May, it's 25%. A lot of things can happen, but as it stands, these are, according to Mr. Leach, these are the guys at each position. So I will just give you who he chose and the runner-ups, and we could just quickly breeze through these. So we'll go first, catcher Wilson Contreras of the Cubs, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, slashing 258, 382, and 458. A big defensive catcher, with the runner-up being Jonah Heim of the Rangers, slashing 282, 365, and 518. This is a guy that this will come up with a couple guys, but a guy in Contreras is an impending free agent. So the fact that he's playing this well is got to suit well for his future potential earnings.
One would think. And Jonah Heim, I mean, he's one of these guys that not a lot of people know a lot about.
Absolutely.
So that's, I think I may have just figured out another audio thing with the clips, by the way. Contreras, I think you're right. I mean, hey, it's a contract year.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Cardinals are going to need a catcher next year.
Oh, Well, this is a good point. I'm not going to speak on that right now because I'm going to cry my eyes out when Yadier Molina is no longer the catcher of the Cardinals. But he will get a statue and he will go walk right into the Hall of Fame.
Well,
Hopefully.
I mean, as he should.
Yeah.
I'm just making the point because you said
No,
Contreras
I
is a
know.
free
No,
agent.
you're right. You're right. You're not wrong. I didn't think about it until you said it, and now maybe I can see it happening. That's we'll get to that. First base. This I love this one, and another guy we may hear about later in the show, Paul Goldschmidt, who started off slow, has been scorching hot in May. He sits at 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, 16 doubles, slashing 344, 411, and 575. This one, just to name a couple, was the deepest for this Sir Will Leitch. It said it came down to 5 guys in Goldschmidt, Ty France, C.J. Cron, Freddie Freeman, and Pete Alonso, where Cron and Alonso have the home runs. They at 11. Christian Walker, another first baseman, and France is second in the AL in hits. But ultimately, the call here is Goldschmidt, who has been a monster in May, and he did have a special moment that happened recently that we will get to. And the runner-up that he had was Pete Alonso, which I don't think you can argue. I think 1 and 2, 2 and 1, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I mean, not really much more you can say.
Absolutely. Second base, we go to Miami, where a future star looks like he might have blossomed and starting to blossom in Jazz Chisholm Jr. He is hitting 290, 341, 581 with 7 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 6 stolen bases, showing off that power a little bit more while his walk rate is up and his strikeout rate is down, which is generally a good sign. With the runner-up being my guy, Tommy Edman, who is 278, 367, and 437 with 10 stolen bases, who has just switched over to shortstop actually, as Paul DeJong was struggling and allowing the Cardinals to call up a top prospect. So, as a fan of both of those guys that I just named, Blaze, Jazz Chisholm is a kind of guy who we're going to be seeing for a long time.
For sure, and we'll see if Tommy Edmonds is able to do well at the other side of second base, which, as we know, from the Gleyber Torres experiment last year, he was a far better second baseman than shortstop. It is different. You're the captain of the infield now. Let's see what he can do.
Yep, absolutely. Shortstop, a guy that we've just mentioned that Will Leitch has here, is Mr. Tim Anderson, hitting 367, 405, 527 with 19 RBIs and 7 stolen bases. Yeah, I mean, just one of the most magnetic, compulsively watchable players in the game, and I think a lot of that has to do with his personality, and I think that's also potentially good for the game. Maybe not Josh Donaldson, but I'm not going to get. We already discussed that. With runner-up being out of nowhere, Jeremy Pena of the Astros, who has been a welcome addition to slotting in there behind the departing Carlos Correa.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting, and I haven't seen Jeremy Pena play yet. Don't really know a lot about him, but hey, it seems like that's working out well in Houston with the addition of him and the subtraction of Correa.
Yeah, for sure. I'm Pena, a guy I'm looking at in fantasy for sure, and Tim Anderson was one of the higher drafted guys. So, I mean, so far it's kind of chalk. A couple of surprises, but we go to third base where we have Will Leitch has selected Manny Machado as the top third baseman. Currently 8 home runs, 27 RBIs, 368, 441, 601. Again, I think this one is another one that had a lot. I got to give a shout out to my guy Nolan Arenado and Devers. And then the runner-up that he chose, Jose Ramirez, 11 home runs and 43 RBIs. So Machado is so far looking like he's currently leading in nearly every category at the position. And I think I don't know. I don't want to say this. I guess it would be disappointing because the Padres didn't even make the playoffs last year. So his first season right? Was it his first season or second season as a Padre?
It was the second. Remember the first one was the COVID year?
The COVID year, yes. Thank you. Which is like, geez. that happened, I guess.
The first COVID year. Let's just put it that way. The 60-game COVID year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let's zip around the outfield really quickly here, PJ.
Right. Yep, I got you. And so really just one I want you to touch on for a minute. But Mike Trout, Taylor Ward, another shocker. So 2 Angels in the outfield, as they say. And then Mr. Aaron Judge, bet on himself, currently has 17 home runs, 34 RBIs. The man is the court is in session.
No doubt about it. And as John Sterling would say, all rise. Here comes the Judge.
Yeah, we'll see. He's going to command, if he continues this, he could hit 60 and command a big paycheck. We'll see what happens. Starting pitcher, the returning Justin Verlander, who's just been amazing, 6-1, 1.22 ERA. It's awesome to see guys like him, and just from myself, Adam Wainwright, these older guys that we've watched for forever be this effective this late in their careers.
Yeah, we're also at the point too, PJ, I was thinking about this the other day, where we're now watching the sons of players we grew up watching.
Oh, jeez. Don't even, come on. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?
What do you mean, what am I doing to you? I'm just...
Yeah, we're old. We're old men.
We are. Well, hey, speaking of old men, as we transition to a segment that, for now, we're calling Bullpen Calls.
Love it. Oh, I love that.
Yep. Now, I heard this play out live, quite literally, and I said to myself, okay, this is so great that I need to pull this for the Swinging Blindly podcast, which you can find wherever you get your podcasts, as well as live on Colorcast every Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central, 4:30 Mountain Time, 3:30 Pacific, 12:30 Hawaiian Time, 2:30 Alaska. Heard this play out live. The Yankees playing the Orioles Monday night. Manager Brendan Hyde comes out. And, well, when a manager comes out, this is how things usually sound on the Yankees radio network.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by the New York Lottery. The newest scratch-off games are on sale now. Try your luck today, and you could bring home a win.
All right. Let's see this new setup. I'm a little clunky with it. Forgive me.
That sounded good.
Thank you. I was able to make a little tweak. So they go to the bullpen. Well, they go to the bullpen, or at least commercial break. The Cars for Kids commercial plays. And then here's how the rest of this plays out. Still on the Yankees radio network.
Here's Aaron Boone, one of our happy Nielsen Dodge customers.
You'll always hit a savings home run at Nielsen Dodge. Here's my pal Bill Snoffer with a great
stand by.
And as Lyles didn't leave, he's still on the mound, and he's pitching to Rizzo when the spot was on. I'm sorry about that, but anyway, it's 1-2 on Rizzo, 2 outs, no one on. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-4 Baltimore, and Lyles 1-2 is lined to left field. There's a base hit. Rizzo simply put the bat on the ball. He swung inside out, a very little swing, and he looped it over short. And now here's Brandon Hyde. And what we can do is we'll be able to go back to the commercials again. Yay!
Yay, John Sterling. We got to go back to the commercials.
Oh, man. God bless. I have a feeling we'll be calling to the bullpen for John Sterling more often than not. So, I mean, at this point, you just got to love it. You got to love just in general that entire call. And it's Ernst and how genuine it was.
Yeah, it's true. It is truly authentic for sure. And I don't know if I necessarily blame Sterling for that. I mean, to me,
no.
There was a cue missed somewhere by someone.
Yes.
But unfortunately, John's going to get the heat for it. And that,
correct.
I mean, because by my own admission, when I texted you about this, when I heard it live, I'm like, oh my God, dude, I just heard like one of the biggest screw ups by Sterling of all time. And having listened to this, I kid you not, I've listened to this at least 25 times because it's so damn funny. I showed one of my coworkers this today, who's a Red Sox fan, and he ate it up as well. Q was definitely missed somewhere. So another call here is, as usually we're going to crank out three of these things from the bullpen, but because of the setup, I didn't want to really screw things up too much. So we have another one, and the best way I can set this up is by saying it's the best way to walk off and win the game.
1-2. Goldschmidt hits it out to left, and this will do it. And he does it in grand style. It's a grand slammer. A walk-off grand slam. Goldie, the walk-off grand slam.
What a ball game. We just talked about it, Dan. You play with fire, you get burned. And that ends up being the case. The numbers against the lefties for Goldie have been astronomical, and he gets himself a slider. It's down, it's in, and it's out of the ballpark. Walk-off winner. First one of the season for the Cardinals, and what a way to start this homestand.
And that was how the Cardinals started the homestand against the Toronto Blue Jays? That was, yeah.
Yep.
And as a Yankee fan, that makes me very happy that the Cardinals beat the Blue Jays in walk-off fashion. So, PJ, what say you about that highlight before we get to the ColorCast calls?
Absolutely. As we mentioned, Goldschmidt tearing it up in May.
Yeah.
I think, and maybe you could obviously offer your opinion on this. Walk-offs are great regardless, right? A walk-off home run is even better. But a walk-off grand slam, Blaze, doesn't really get any better than – I don't think it does.
No.
I really don't think so. And shout out Dan McLaughlin. I believe those – if I'm getting this wrong, I feel free to roast me.
Cardinals TV for the purposes of correct attribution. We'll just say Cardinals TV on the call.
Yeah, thank you. Love it. And his thing is the Grand Slammer, which is like a kind of one of his calling cards, I guess you would say, is the Grand Slammer. And anytime I get to hear him say that, clearly it's a good thing. And yeah, that was awesome, man. I woke up. I unfortunately wasn't able to stay up late enough to finish watching that game, but I always get up if I don't get to watch the games, I get up and I watch the highlights first thing in the morning. And that was certainly a good feeling.
For sure. Well, it is that time of the show where we bring on some color casters. PJ, do we have anyone lined up here?
I believe we have one. The Peach Pirate, one of our guys, has asked for the mic. Is the mic,
All right.
Is the hot seat enabled? Do you have to enable it?
No, I shouldn't have to enable it.
Okay.
Is it not working?
For the mic.
So we'll and another thing that we're doing a little bit differently, just to try and improve the pace of the show, is we're gonna give each of you color casters 5 minutes. So you have the time to make your point.
And we can discuss it a little bit, and then we'll keep discussing it after until we get the next caller, and then if we don't get any, depending on how it goes. This is This is literally the swinging blindly portion of the podcast.
Yeah, it's an hour long swinging blindly.
Love it.
I mean,
yeah, man,
eventually our
awesome.
shoulders
that
get
was really
tired.
Cool.
But
what just a question for you, I think people might be interested in is so to find those clips that you for example for today, will you just listen to a random game during the day, or if you have time, will you if it's not even the Yankees, will you just put on a random game and listen to to the game?
I put on random games all the time. But
who's your favorite? Who are your favorite radio guys? If you want to just name a couple, I feel like that's interesting.
Yeah. Do we have the Peach Pirate?
No, I told him to request it.
Okay.
Nothing yet.
Or you should just be able to invite him to the hot seat. Yeah, give.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot I could do that.
Give that a shot, and then we'll get you on, Peach. Radio guys, I mean, I know they're in your division and whatnot, but bro, I love I love the Brewers guys. I mean,
I think you told me that.
Say no more than Bob Uecker. Jack Corrigan of the Rockies is really good. I enjoy.
Yo.
We got the Peach. How you be, man?
There he is.
Yo.
The Peach Pirate. How's it going?
How we doing, fellas?
Hey, we're just talking some ball.
Pretty good, man.
I know. I was calling in because I'm actually kind of heated right now. I got a real issue with Joey Gallo.
Oh, what Yankee fan doesn't?
I got a real issue with him, and not because I'm a Yankee fan, okay? But I am, but like not just because I'm a Yankee fan. So I was talking to a lot of baseball guys today, and you know, we got talking about the Yankees and, you know, Judge betting on himself and all well and all good. I wish him the best on whatever California team he wants to end up on that wants to pay him that money. That will pay him that money when he's 37, 39, whatever.
Don't do that to me.
But Joey Gallo, listen, I'm an avid Judge fan, but whatever. Joey Gallo, everybody that I've talked to is like, yeah, he's a real streaky player. And, like, I take issue with that, right? Because I don't buy streaky laundry detergent for my underwear. You know what I mean? I don't buy, you know what I mean, streaky deodorant for my armpits. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Does the guy
deserve to play in the MLB? Like, I don't think so.
Okay,
and
Peach
certainly
Pirate.
not if he's batting under 200.
Peach Pirate, I'm going to lay this out for you very simply, okay? And here it is. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Because this is going to be like a knowledge bomb dropped right on your head.
Let me hear it.
The only way Joey Gallo is a streaky player is when he's having sex or taking a shower.
Yes.
Because he's naked.
He sucks. He sucks. Straight up. Sucks.
We need the drum.
And
the drum and the hi-hat.
Just wanted to, like, real quickly put my 2 cents in there about the whole Judge situation with the contract.
Sure.
Understandably, the Yankees probably won't even meet that number even after the season because he's probably going to be asking for more than what he's definitely already worth and what they already offered him. Why not, if the Nationals decide that Soto is going to get on the trading block, pour that kind of money into that dude. He's, 24, 25 years old? Get that guy. And he's a lefty. You know, I mean, that's all I can say.
Ooh, I like
Yankees want to spend that money, pick up Soto, and Judge can go disappear on a California team because that's all that's going to happen.
Rumors, I mean, they're obviously just rumors, but there's talk that the Nationals might make him available at the deadline, Soto.
Oh, and I want the Yankees to jump on that. Left-handed bat? I mean, come on, what are we talking about here?
That's a good scenario.
See, here's the thing, though. If you're going to acquire Juan Soto from a trade in a trade, what are you going to have to give up? And we're going to have to mortgage our farm system.
Judge for Soto.
You're not doing that straight up.
And then farm system. Well, they have players to spend.
Who?
Chat, Brett brings up a good point. Nationals won't make that deal. Can't trade Judge to a team that won't resign him, which is a good point because the Nationals aren't going anywhere and if they're not going to pay Soto, they won't pay Judge. So maybe not Judge for Soto, but I think that the Yankees
let Judge walk and sign Soto. Let Judge walk and sign Soto. I'm sorry, but hey, listen, left-handed bat in Yankee Stadium, and he's 24 years old. Take that all day. I would be throwing money at the Nationals right now if I was Brian Cashman. $400 million. Hey, listen, we're gonna pay this dude $235, and he's 30 years old. Like, what are we talking about?
But who's not to say that something could happen to Juan Soto? I mean, I agree with you, Peach. I'm just bringing up the other side of the point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I get that. I think as somebody, just to chime in a little bit on like a star looking for a big contract, when Pujols left, I mean, he was 29, 30.
Yes, and they didn't sign him.
Guys?
Yeah, but that was a little bit of a different
Yeah.
Well, he went to the Angels.
Free
He
agent
made
market
that
was a
money,
lot
he
different.
got his
Oh, it was a lot
contract.
different, but at the,
He
but at the same
made
time,
that money, he got his contract, and guess what? He's back. He's back, though. He's back.
Yeah, which is amazing. The Cardinals, but at the same time, the Cardinals offered like $60 million less, thinking he might take a hometown discount. And yes, the market was different. I mean, a prime Albert Pujols gets $400 million in this day and age. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you almost kind of hope that you really have to put your faith in the front office because it's such a big decision. You know, when you make a commitment like that.
Yes.
And it worked out for the Cardinals, but you know, we got a ring with him. We haven't gotten one since, but yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. So
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing to consider, the other thing to consider too, and Peach, I want to give you a word before you drop, is that right field's a lot different than first base.
True.
I agree.
Peach
I
Pirate,
agree.
you got 30
I will
seconds.
leave with this.
Yep.
I will leave with this. Joey Gallo is like a skid mark on the Yankees underwear that they're wearing. That's all I'm going to say. I think drop him to the minors, bring up somebody, younger, one of your prospects, whatever. Let him get some time in, MLB and put up some numbers, and then, hey, maybe use him as a trade chip. That's just my suggestion.
Well, I think the best thing that you can do.
Florio.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Peach. It cut off on you. I agree with you about Estevan Florial. Just designate Joey Gallo for assignment. I think calling him a skid mark is very kind. He's a shark in the Yankees' underwear, and you don't really need to say much more about Joey Gallo than that.
Peach Pirate.
Good call by Peach Pirate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to just shout out, just a big shout out to Peach Pirate and any of our listeners, including our next, I believe, going to be on the hot seat. We do really appreciate you guys tuning in every time and having something to say to us because that's really what we want to do. So especially now in our first show with these kind of parameters that we're trying to lay down, get some segment ideas, and kind of have more of a structure rather than just completely swinging blindly. I mean, we're trying to hit home runs even though we don't care regardless. But home runs are way better than a pop out to the catcher. So.
Yeah, and if you have any segment ideas, let us know.
Yeah, let us know for sure. Anything like, I mean, absolutely. Let us know. Twitter at Swinging Blindly, Facebook Swinging Blindly Podcast, or let us know when we go live here on Colorcast in the chat. Any kind of segment ideas, names. In general, we listen to you guys, and we love anybody who ever listens and gives us the time of day. So. Without further ado, that was really good. That was a great. I like that a lot. That was a lot of good thought-provoking ideas from both of you guys.
Yeah, well, and it really just, I think it added to the pace doing it that way too.
Absolutely. So yeah, let me invite on the next hot seats. I accidentally gave Peach Pirate 6 minutes, so I'm going to give our next guy 6 minutes as well.
Well, hey,
that's okay.
And that's understandable. Allow a little bit of time. Yeah, 6 minutes to call, sure.
Yeah.
5 minutes, it's 30. Yeah, we're good. All right, and then
ready? I think he's probably ready. He's somebody that we both know well. So,
all right, someone that we both know well.
Talking some baseball with the boys. Oh, and here he is.
And here's Bretty Boy.
Hello, gentlemen. It's so apropos that Sean, the Peach Pirate, called Joey Gallo a skid mark, and that you called him a shart, because I came home and found both that my cat left for me in my bed. Both a shart that might have started in the litter box, and then an actual turd in my bed. So I mean,
are you sure it wasn't your own pants?
Am I sure it wasn't Amber Heard? I don't know. I don't know these things. But so I like a lot of what Peach Pirate had to say. The only amendment I guess I would have to make is that, well, first of all, and I had put it in the chat, the Nationals can't accept Judge because they can't re-sign him. So you'd basically be giving away your best asset for nothing. So Judge would be off the table in terms of a trade to the Nationals. But I guess I would love Juan Soto. I mean, I would cut off my left pinky for Juan Soto.
Just your left pinky instead of your winky?
Well, definitely not the Winky.
Right. Well,
Is that in stone? Do you want to is that a thing?
Do you have a chisel?
No, we can find a doctor to cut your left pinky off.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, we'll leave it on the table. We'll leave it on the table for now. But so if the Yankees got Juan Soto, I mean, is he a free agent at the end of the year, or would it have to be via trade?
Yes. Soto's a free agent.
So then I guess you would throw the bag at him, and you would have to let Judge walk, and based on.
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
well, Soto's not up to free agency yet, right?
2024.
Okay, so then what? Let's just not even entertain.
But then, my other point is, if the Yankees and Yankee fans, if they want to win a World Series this year, then they're going to, I think, have to reconcile with the fact that your best chance is with Aaron Judge, and there is a chance that you get nothing for him at the end of the year, except if you end up with a World Series trophy. I think that pill goes down a lot smoother.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, see, to me, the whole Juan Soto conversation's moot because we're not going to, and Brett, I don't think we should, mortgage the farm system to get a Juan Soto.
So I don't think sending Gallo to the minors is an option.
Well, I mean, you can designate him for assignment, though.
And I'm not saying he's not, deserving of being designated for assignment, but at the end of the day, the Yankees also aren't paying him to be there. The Rangers are still paying him. So he's still a free player for the Yankees. Granted, I think he's like the one case where you could say, usually the saying goes, if it's for free, it's for me, not Joey Gallo. You can, someone else can take him for free.
I think I would say that the phrase "the best things in life are free" definitely don't pertain to Joey Gallo.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. I mean that they just went to it's like they went to the flea market and then someone just had some on a bench they said free, and then they were just like, oh, look at that guy, he looks big and strong, let's take him home, and it just hasn't worked out. It just has not worked out. But at the same time, just give me Brett Gardner. Just give me Brett Gardner. Yeah, maybe even keep Gallo where he is. Get rid of Mr. Potato Head Aaron Hicks, and then just give me Brett Gardner in center field. Honestly, and people are like,
Potato Head did not explain.
Well, I mean, he is just built with interchangeable parts. He is just he's like a robot, except he's more fragile than a robot. So he's Mr. Potato Head.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. I'm of the opinion that just let Florial play. Just give him some time right now and see what he's made of. That's what I want to see right now, instead of Aaron Hicks and instead of Gallo and whatnot. Let's just see what Andujar and Florial are able to bring, and if they're able to do something, great. If not, well, you have a couple of red poker chips that you could deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Florial, but at the same time, are we trying to win a World Series this year, or are we trying to find out what our future center fielder is all about, if he's even that? Because we've been talking about Florial since, 2019 at least.
Well, I mean, you got to remember too, though, that
I just feel like Brett Gardner off the bench would be literally is the best option for the Yankees right now. And he's probably going to give you a discount. And then one thing with the Aaron Hicks thing that I hear across all of sports radios, people are like, we're paying him all this money. He gets $10 million a year, Aaron Hicks. Okay,
it's not that much.
With he gets paid so much. Like Brett Gardner got paid more money last year than $10 million. So, save it with the Aaron Hicks makes so much money thing. Like in this day and age in baseball, $10 million a year is not that much.
Yeah, just a few seconds, Brett. Final word. No, literally just a few seconds.
Yes.
And thank you, Bretty boy.
Absolutely.
Colorcast, swinging blindly. To me, PJ, I think you can aim to win a World Series and also figure out if Esteban Florial belongs on this team.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not claiming to know anything about this Florio guy, but you guys have spoken highly of him as a possible future outfielder for the Yankees, if I have that right.
Yeah.
I think, especially with the way that the team is going now, I mean, they're 30-13 as we speak right now. I don't think that like you really mess with that until you need to, kind of a if it ain't broke type deal. Like, yes, I understand being upset with guys like a Gallo because I was upset with Paul DeYoung in the early goings of the season, and then the Cardinals sent him down, called up one of our top prospects to try and play second base, moved Tommy Edman to shortstop, where it's actually his first position, and try to
Torres
see
as well. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep comparing Tommy Edman to Gleyber Torres. You got to remember that though.
Oh, well, I mean, Tommy Edman's also a Gold Glove second baseman, and then literally is making Gold Glove shortstop plays in the early goings, but and has the range and has the arm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a little different too. The fact, again, just to reiterate, one of 6 an MLB record Gold Gloves that the Cardinals won last year was Tommy Edman at second base. So the glove itself is not the issue. I understand the switching of the positions, but he's getting the opportunity. He's so far so good. He's the leadoff hitter, and is a guy that needs to be in the lineup regardless. You call up a guy in Nolan Gorman who had 15 home runs in AAA before being called up. Just a monster top prospect type guy who his natural position is third base, but clearly there's a guy named Nolan Arenado there, so he was transitioning to second base. And the thought is that Nolan Arenado does not opt out this upcoming year and stays a Cardinal for the rest of his career. So you would need to find a position for your stud prospect who wants to win Gold Gloves. So you transition him to a position he could play potentially. And yeah, it's easier said than done. You guys have seen it as a Yankee fan, how it hasn't necessarily worked. But
right.
I think a lot of it comes down to, and again, just back to my original point, and maybe you would agree, maybe you disagree. They're 30-13. I understand making these little decisions, especially if you're upset with certain players, but the team is winning, clearly out of spite of these bad performances. So how much do you really want to alter when things are going good? That's something for the teams that are doing good to decide.
Right. I mean, there is a lot that is going well for the Yankees, no question about it. But these are parts that are not. Excuse me. Thank you. Gosh, that was awkward. Didn't handle that sneeze well.
I mean, I give you
I needed to be blessed on that. Yeah. So it's, but like I was saying, PJ, I think you can figure out who your future center fielder is.
Absolutely.
While still.
Spade.
Right.
Very important position.
Right.
Very important position.
But, I mean, at the same time, I mean, we have heard a lot about Florial. So if Aaron Hicks is not doing well, I'm not saying you sit him. Maybe you give him some time off. Maybe you just let him DH or something to kind of get his offense back in the groove, give him one less thing to concentrate on, have Florial play some center, get some at-bats, see what the kid's made of, because as we've said, we've heard a lot about him. We haven't seen a lot. So now it's show me.
Absolutely. And you know what? And I just refrained from saying absolutely because I've been saying it a lot. I think that's exactly the position that the Yankees find themselves in. They've we're a quarter way through the season, literally. Mm-hmm. I think that they've earned themselves a little bit of leeway to try to experiment. This is kind of the time and place you would want to try and experiment and see what you may have for a potential, September or October run. When you come out swinging, blindly as they have, and they've been hitting it over the fence way more than we do.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't take much, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Tony Womack could do better. Tony Womack could have done better.
Shout out Tony Womack,
Yeah.
great Cardinal.
And a decent Yankee, too.
I forgot he was a Yankee. When he was still stealing bases too.
Yes.
I just think that it is kind of the time where you'd rather kind of mess with things now rather than when you start getting towards the later parts of the season. There is the September call up where you do get more guys that you take a look at, but the guys that can really make an impact get called up before September.
Right. And I'm sorry, September is not the time for you to be proving yourself.
Precisely.
September's about doing what you need to do, clinch a playoff spot, maybe get some rest. That way you're primed to take on the October competition.
I think September is way more about getting guys, as you said, getting guys rest that need it. With the expanded rosters, it's more about calling up guys that you have faith in to be major leaguers, rather than around now where you could potentially call up a guy like, just to go back to Nolan Gorman. I mean, we're getting him in May. He was tearing it up in AAA. You're getting him in May. He was a top prospect, struggled in spring training, whatever, all these things. But now you're getting a look early in the season to see, is this guy going to just be on our team for the rest of the year? Or is this just an experiment that we have to bail on? Whereas September is more of, we're calling these guys up for more depth. You're not calling up stars necessarily in September. I know that there's different scenarios where that is the case, but generally speaking, you're calling up guys in September for depth.
Right. No doubt about it. And I mean, let's not forget
the Yankees have an amazing farm system, and I don't think, especially pitching wise, that I don't think has been being talked about enough.
Yeah, and that's why, PJ, I'm not willing to mortgage it. We have Anthony Volpe, who is supposed to be this outstanding shortstop. We have
shout out Volpe.
Yeah, Dominguez, who's our third overall prospect.
Oh, love Jason Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez, yes. Scored a career high 4 runs. Single A Tampa.
With two S's.
Jason. Yeah, Jason Dominguez, yeah. And we
love him.
Right. And
Mutant. They call him the Mutant, I think. They call him, he has an interesting nickname.
I'm not really sure. Yeah,
I got you.
I just
a Martian.
The Martian, okay. I don't like mortgaging farm systems for one player.
Yes, I very much agree with that. I think that's a general. I think that's. Okay, as a Yankee fan, maybe it's a little bit different, but would you not trade 5 years of, let's just say, would you trade 5 years of mediocrity for one world championship? Just 5 years of mediocrity for one world championship. Like if
5
the
years
can win a World Series.
5 years is a long time.
Oh yeah.
No,
Shout
I wouldn't.
Shout out Swaggy B12 if you want to join before we. I think we could make time if Swaggy B wants to hop on, or
if you want to hop on, make it. Yeah,
I'll send them
take,
the invite.
Yeah, because we've had Swaggy B on before, so I'd like to give you the opportunity to come on if you'd like. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to give away. That's a lot of time to accept.
So let me word it this way, and then you can give your answer. Would you give up? So you're doing this. The Yankees won the World Series this year.
Yeah.
And then you have to endure 5 years of third place baseball. Would you make that trade?
No.
Oh, all right.
No, because
I think I probably would.
But I mean, here's the thing, though. Third place baseball for Yankee fans, that causes a lot of turnover within within the manager, within the front office. There's a whole lot of change and turnover that could be prevented.
Well, to counter that, this is a team that hasn't won a World Series in 13 years.
I get that. I get that, but the thing is, yeah, we need to win a World Series, but then you also have to have sustained success. That's what the Yankees are about, sustained success. That's why they did so well in the 90s and into the early 2000s. Even though in the early 2000s you just had the one World Series, the Subway Series win against the Mets. But they were right there. I mean, they went to the World Series against the Marlins. They were right there, with the Angels and crew, and I mean the Red Sox, and I mean that was sustained success by just winning once and saying, okay, we're going to have 5 years of third place. That's not sustained success, and I'm not willing to give anything up for that. Sorry, that's just me. I could
I respect that.
I could be in the minority on that.
No, I would be very interested. I think that's actually a very good litmus test. Not to really prove anything, regardless. I think it's more of a affinity. I don't know. I think that's a really good question. I mean, you could tell me if I'm an idiot, but I think that scenario, would you trade 5 years of third place baseball for one championship? I think a lot of Met fans would probably take that in a heartbeat.
Well, I mean, and Met fans probably would take that because they haven't won a World Series since '86. And by and large have not been a very relevant team, most recently 2015 against the Royals when they went to the World Series. And really, frankly, didn't look that great in that World Series, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
because
team,
Kansas City out-fundamentaled them to death.
Oh, different. I mean, 7 years ago now, which is crazy to say. But, I mean, I will say this. We went to the Cardinals Mets in Citi Field, a week or so ago, and doubleheader, and it's a different atmosphere in Citi Field this year than it has been. We've been going to game. We've been going to at least one game since we've been together, myself and my wife, and it's so 10 years. We've been going to at least one game. This was the first year we went to Busch, which I've covered on the show in St. Louis to see my favorite team, the Cardinals. This year, and we were even there the 2015 year, and it was loud, it was crowded, it was special. But this team and these fans seem it's so different. It's so different. I don't really know how to explain it.
Steve Cohen.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the main denominator, right? It just shout out the Mets. We didn't talk. We could get to the New York State of Mind next time because I think it'll still be relevant.
Yeah.
Because we got to give some shout out to our. Jake didn't end up joining us, but our guy Jake and any Met fan that might listen, we got to give some credence to the Mets as much as it may pain you to do.
It doesn't pay me to do. Stop. It
doesn't seem like Swaggy B's going to join, but we appreciate him listening. Maybe next time.
Yeah, so we'll catch up with you next time. We are out of time, my guy. What a show this has flown by.
Absolutely, that was great. That was really great. Also, whatever you did, a shout out to you for playing hurt with the board that you're using, but. Compared to our little practice run to what you actually had on the pod, whatever you did was a world of difference because we could hear those clips perfectly. So,
good.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, I found a little thing, a little knob that I just had to turn
it out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is, gosh. I mean, this board is the most ridiculous looking thing. It's got. All sorts of knobs and like 3 buttons that you push. So it's a bit different. And hey, I mean
you did.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I play with this board. I brought it upstairs from the basement last week. Played with it whenever I could to kind of get the feel of it. So I wasn't a complete idiot doing the show here. So. Glad we made it work, and we'll beef up the bullpen segment. Will we have another John Sterling screw up, or who knows? Or
potentially, yeah.
Yeah, although we're and part of this bullpen segment is to diversify the voices you hear on the show, so that it's not just always Sterling and whatnot. We'll find some other stuff.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and honestly, a lot of it's just going on the team's websites, just finding random stuff and grabbing and playing. So
grabbing and playing. That's what we're best at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for sure. Before I bury myself even more with my cliches, because I just realized how that could have been interpreted. Thank you so much for listening. Not nearly as bad as How Smooth Is Your Milk, but
oh man.
Yeah, that was the time. Well, my guy, bring us out.
Remember Jimmy Yacobonis?
Yeah, of course I remember Jimmy Yacobonis.
I'm just like, maybe we should just always end on a Jimmy Yacobonis stat, but we'll get to that. New segment alert: Jimmy Yacobonis stat of the week.
Not exactly a good ending of the show, considering his stats have never been sensational. We just love his name.
I'll find some interesting Yacobonis stats. The Yacobonis stat of the week. We'll figure it out. But
bonus,
there you go. You can find us on Twitter at Swinging Blindly. Yes, we have that handle. It's amazing. And at Facebook at the Swinging Blindly podcast, you type it in there, you'll find a nice little baseball, and you'll know that you are at the right place, where we will make sure we post the Colorcast links, and we have a lot more in store for you guys. So we appreciate everybody listening. And what do we do again, Blaze?
We swing blindly for the fences and don't give a damn where it lands.